Morning, morning, morning. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to, I know I said it last time, this is definitely, I was making a noise. This is definitely the last video on project Tooo Minty. Let's go. Right, again I'm recording this for the third time. There's something wrong with the memory card on my camera. I'm going to have to get a new one, I think. It keeps cutting out and corrupting the files, so... Oh my god, I have to record this yet again. Okay, so, as I was saying, for the third time, you may have seen me smirking then on the camera. That wasn't through happiness, that was, well, my cold is on the wane now, thankfully. Glenn came to my rescue. Glenn, the mobile mechanic, came to my rescue on Monday afternoon in the rain, and it was getting dark as well, but he got it done. Luckily, the bolt that was sheared off was protruding out of the hub, and he managed to cut a slit in it and got it out with a screwdriver. Luckily, because I put it back in using copper grease, it was easy to come out. So yeah, he did that, put a new one in. And he had a boot as well in his van, luckily, and he changed that as well. So that was done for me. He then took it for a little spin and came back, and unfortunately we've got a clunk. He thinks it's a top mount, and he was asking me, yeah, it's past the MOT this, isn't it? And guaranteed, when it was MOT'd and after I'd done those bottom arms, there was no clunk. This is a really, really bad clunk. He thinks it's the top mounts. And what I think's happened, I don't think this was covered on the camera when I was on time lapse, but when I was putting the new hub back on, once the hub was on and I was connecting everything up, I could not get the suspension leg. It had sort of gone over, sort of towards the back of the car. It had sort of gone, so where it should be straight like that, it had sort of gone like that, and about like 45 degrees pointing towards the back of the car. And I was pulling it back. It was all I could do to pull it back. And then as soon as you let go of it, it went back again. So what I ended up doing, which I may possibly should have done to start with, was I took the drop link, took the top drop link off, which connects to that leg. And then it was just nice and free and moving. So what I think has happened is that the leg has moved, or rather the top mount has moved around. So if the whole thing has moved several times, because I was trying to pull it back, I reckon the whole thing has moved, and it's possibly sitting in the wrong position, therefore it's clonking. So I've got him booked to come on Monday to change that, but what I'm going to do, hopefully this afternoon, I've got MOT today on one of the other cars, and when I get back this afternoon, if I've got time, I'm going to get it up in the air, get the wheel off, undo those two bolts, undo the bolt on the top, take the thing off, take the strut off, have a look at it, make sure it's straight and put it back. Because as you know, it sits in that recess. And if it's not in that recess properly, then it's going to clonk. Now he did say, actually I'm just going to pop the bonnet and I'll show you what it was he was saying about the way it's sitting. Bear with me one second, let me just open the bonnet. If we look at the top mount that side, you can see the gap there, see how much that's sitting up. And if you go to this side, it's probably twice as high. Now I've looked at Project Dicky this morning, and they are both quite high. So I think that within that area there, I think it's just twisted. I don't think it needs a new top mount, because it was perfectly fine before. So I really don't know. So that's what I'm hoping. So as I say, he's booked for Monday to come and do this. If I can sort it out this afternoon, so much the better. I've just noticed something on here, look. We've got a bolt missing there. That's had a new wing at some point, isn't it? There's a bolt missing. I thought it had. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to try and do. But for now, I'm just going to do the other few little bits that need doing. And the first thing I've got to do to get this car finished is sort out that vent. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off this green panel. So I'm turning all of the knobs as far as they go to the left. Get a tool in there, and prise that off. Always lose that thing. That's been off before. Look, that's been all ripped on. I quite often take that out anyway. Okay, that's that off. Now we need to get the screws undone. Okay, so we need to get these undone. Actually, it's often good to use a torch here so you can actually see where the screws are. One. Now I don't think there's two here, and I always can never remember which one is it, if it's that one or that one. So I always take out both, and it's not both, because one of them is for this, which I think is this one that I'm taking out now. But we'll do it anyway. As I can never remember. And then we need another one there. Again, I can never remember whether these are. We need to get these two out. I can never remember how many you need to actually take out for this. And that one. We'll find out in a second when I try and pull it off. Oops. Right. That should, hopefully. Yeah. There you go. So I can either take that off completely, which might be easier if I can get the plug out, which are sometimes a bit challenging. No, it's come out fine. Right, so what we're going to do now is going to take this out. Now, which screw is it? Yeah, it is the far left screw, so it's only the far left, not that one. The other one is for the tray. I have to try and remember that in future. So it's actually only 3 screws. One there, that one there, that one there. That's all you need. Right, let's get a screwdriver so we can prise this thing out. Right, now I have got a spare one here somewhere. What have we done with it? I'm not sure which side it is. Let's see if it's the same side as this one. I think they are all the same. This one that's not got the knob on it, but the knob will go on because that's where I took it from, the spare knob I had. It's actually out of a facelift car, this one. No, I think it's different actually. So maybe we'll take it. No, I have actually got one. I've got one in the garage. So if we take this one out first, if we can figure out how to get it out. I have had these out before, but I can't remember how you do it now. They're held in by these little clips, aren't they? So we need to somehow. Do they come out? I think they come out. I can't remember if they come out from go outside or. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you just release that clip and push on it, and it. There you go. Quite easy actually. Oh, just pulled it back again. Oh, oh God! I was pushing on the centre. There you go. It should now come out. There you go. I just got the rubber flap bit. I was pushing on that. Oh God! I think it's just come out. It hasn't broken. Yeah. Right, so I've taken out the donor one, which does move better actually. The other one didn't move very well, so we'll keep it. So that's the facelift one, completely different. Look, a lot deeper. So that came out of a red one, which is probably one that I broke up at some point. And we will then put that in, and that will go in like that. Just, oh, not like that. Hang on, why doesn't that want to go in there now? Am I doing this the wrong way around? I'm putting it in upside down, that's why. God. Now I can't get it back out again. There we go. Right, let's try putting it in the right way, shall we? That way around. There we go. That's better. Right, that's it, fixed. Okay, so now we go back to the car and put this back in, and that's that job done. Okay, so I've given it a bit of a clean up as well. So this is what I've said about this before. So basically, this is why I say, when you buy a damaged car like this, certainly if you buy one from me, you're getting one that has been not only repaired, but has been put back to how it should be. So all these little niggly things that, you know, should have been fixed, but the previous owner just left, I do them. And I hope other people do as well. Little things. Because that's probably been like that. I mean, remember that other one with the speedo speedo hadn't worked for, the centre LCD hadn't worked for 5 years. I mean, that was a bit of an extreme case. But, you know, little things like this make all the difference. Now I can't get this bag in. Getting it around the wrong way. There we go. Oh, is that right? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay. Make sure. Yeah. Now we snap this back into place. He says, let's sit on the seat and do it. Okay. There you go. Oh, it's not gone in properly. Oh, that's it. That's better. Okay. So, put these screws back in. Hopefully without dropping them inside the heater controls. Oh, it's a spider. Well, get out of it. Cheeky thing. Well, we got a spider in here. That's that. Now we've just got to put these two down here in. As I say, we only needed to take the one out, but I took the two out because I couldn't remember which one it was. So we need to let's do this one first. Difficult to see when you can't see it. There you go. Difficult to see when you can't see it, that makes sense. Sometimes it's easier just to find the earl with your fingers. Alright, that's that. We'll get rid of that little bit of trim. Get rid of that parking ticket. That's that done. Just got to get the panel back on. Okay, so make sure all the knobs are turned to the left as they were when you took it off. Carefully put it in position and press. There you go. That's it. You can hear it's working fine. That's it. Done. Nice new one. Okay, that's it for that anyway. Right, so in here, the only thing I've got to do in here is I did put a new one of these on, if you remember, and I don't think I've put the screws in because I've just noticed that the screws are down there. So I'd need to do that. I'm not going to bother filming that, but yeah, need to do that. And then apart from the, as I say, another clean, which I'm not going to do now because I'll wait until I've sorted out that other thing, because I'll probably get the steering wheel greasy again, I've got to put the little, I've got some spares of those, luckily. I haven't got any black ones, which I need one for another car which I sold, which they lost and it went up the Hoover. I've got one of those, so I can put one of those on. I've got cream ones spare. So I'll put that on, put those screws in, another clean, and then the only other thing I've got left to do is put the new number plates on. Or have I done that? No, well, yes, I have got to put the new number plates on, which are in the boot, I believe. And then we're done. This car is then finished once we've sorted out this top mount. It's then done, ready to go. And so it's covered in filth. It is quite dirty under the bonnet as well, so I am going to clean it under the bonnet. And then we'll be completely finished. So I'll come back when we get to this leg. If I get to this leg this afternoon, then I'll come back and we'll record some of it. If not, I'll come back on Monday once he's done it, hopefully, and then we can get this finally cleaned and ready to go. But I'm probably going to clean it. I'm going to change the number plates now. I'm probably going to clean the engine and what have you today, regardless, this afternoon, even if I don't get around to doing that leg. Because my wife's finishing work at 2 o'clock this afternoon. We've got to do our food shopping because I'm working tomorrow, so I may not get the time to do it today, which will be a nuisance. But I could possibly come out here on Sunday and have a go. But we'll get some of it done anyway. But I will see you in a bit. Morning, welcome back yet again. Here we are. So today is the day after. The day after Glenn came back yesterday whilst I was at work, and he put a new top mount on that. I was going to try and do it that afternoon, as I said in the previous clip, and failing that I was going to try and do it Sunday. Unfortunately, with other commitments, family stuff and so on, I just didn't get around to doing it. So I said to him, you know, I'm going to have a go at doing it. If I don't get a chance, then please come Monday. If, you know, obviously I'll let you know if I do sort it out. And I said to him, I think it's just come out of alignment, but I think, you know, as you're doing it, let's just replace it. For the sake of, I think it was 30 quid, 35 quid. Let's just replace it. So he came along yesterday, as I say, whilst I was at work, and it's done. Cost me £80. So his work in total has cost me £130. I've got plenty of money in this car. It's going to be a real good earner, this one. I'm selling it for 5.5. Already agreed the price with the buyer, who again yesterday texted me lunchtime-ish saying, any news? He's so desperate to get, or his daughter is so desperate to get this car. And I've said to him, I'm working today. I haven't started yet. I start at 11 o'clock. And tomorrow will be the final day, final clean-up, inside and out, and then it'll be done. So he may well come and pick it up tomorrow afternoon, don't know. But I'll message him to confirm. I haven't actually taken it out, apart from putting it out on the road last night and swapping over with a BMW and doing the same again this morning, just bringing it down the drive. As you've just seen, I've not actually taken it for a drive, which I will obviously do tomorrow. I'm assuming Glenn did. He did the other day. I'm assuming he's done the same again. And to make sure it's all right. So I'm assuming that it's okay. There was no clunking or banging or anything when I reversed it out last night and put it back this morning, so I'm assuming it's okay. But as I say, I'll take it for driving morning. So the only thing I'm going to do today, the reason I brought it down the drive, is I've just felt all the carpets. Now, they all feel dry. There was a couple of little bit of mouldy bits. I just think after I've cleaned the carpets, you know, I give those a really good clean, those carpets. And that back carpet, which was sopping wet, is bone dry, absolutely bone dry. But on the front passenger side, there's just a couple of little bits of mould growing where the car's just been standing around for so long, it's not being used. And, you know, we haven't had the weather to dry it off naturally. So there's no leaks or anything like that. It just needs a bit of encouragement. So I haven't got a dehumidifier. I need to get one. I'm not going to get one in time for this. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to get a fan heater in the car, leave the fan heater in the car for about an hour. I'll then switch it off, open the windows a little bit just to air it out. And then I'll put it in there again for about another hour and do the same, just to help to dry it off, because we are getting steamed up windows on the inside a little bit, just a little bit. All the other cars, I mean, these are prone to this anyway in the winter, and I have closed the roof blind now, so that will lessen it. But these cars, if you've got one, you'll know that they are a little bit prone to, in midwinter, they do sometimes actually ice up on the inside. And that's not because there's a leak or anything like that. They're just a bit prone to it. Don't ask me why. Probably not very well insulated, I suppose. Plus the glass roof doesn't help. It doesn't seem to happen in the Pops or the Sports that don't have the glass roof. So it must be something to do with that roof. So I've closed the blind, and hopefully that will reduce it a little bit. But I'm going to set this heater up. Just wanted to come in quickly just to say that it's done, and we will be back tomorrow, first thing tomorrow morning, get it cleaned, get it finished, get it gone. So I'll see you in the morning. Right, it's the next day. The last day. Car's got to be done today, got to be finished today. The buyer hasn't yet messaged me. It's about 11 o'clock, I think. But I told him it's going to be ready this afternoon, so I'm without a doubt he'll be messaging me. As you can see, it's a bloody awful day today. It's windy, it's been torrential rain. It's eased off a little bit, but it is still raining. The car is, you can just see the tail end of the car just there in front of the house. I'm going to move it down in a minute. As I say, there's nothing left to do apart from the clean. Obviously there's no point in me washing it in this weather. It is meant to stop this rain about midday, I think, hopefully. So yeah, I've got to hoover it on the inside, just give the inside a clean, put some new mats in it. I had that heater going for quite a few hours in there yesterday actually. It seems to have done the trick. There's no condensation in there anymore. So yeah, as I say, I'm going to get a dehumidifier for future use. But yeah, so just waiting for the rain to stop. When the rain stops, it'll still be windy, it'll still be cold, it'll still be horrible. But you know, Britain in November. Yeah, we've got the winter to deal with now. I was looking back at some of my old videos last night from last winter. Actually, I was watching the videos of the car that I Project Christian, the sequel, when I got that car back. I think it was when was it? I think it was January I got it back. It was -4 the day I went over to look at the damage on it. I'm looking forward to a winter of that. Yeah, if you haven't seen Project Christian, the sequel, click on the link above, and I will also stick it in the at the end of the video as well. It makes an interesting watch for a car that I sold. That the girl passed her test, and then a week later she rolled it on ice, and I repaired it again. I took 3 days off work, and over a 4 or 5 day period I repaired it. Came out all right. But yeah, have a look at that if you're interested. So yeah, as I say, waiting for the rain to stop. I might try and give it a hoover in this. It's only very light rain at the moment, but yeah, not very nice. But I want to get this finished today because it needs to go now. So I will be back when the rain stops, and we'll get it finished. See you then. Right, it's still raining. Hasn't stopped really. Just wanted to let you know that I've put the stereo thing on. I had the cup holder rubber things were missing on this, so I've pinched one off of another car. Still got to clean it up. As you can hear, you can probably hear the wind and the rain. One thing you haven't seen yet, you'll be seeing this video next week. It'll be next Wednesday. I've managed to source these things. As you know, almost every Fiat 500 you get, they're broken. I've sourced some new ones, and I did a video on how to change it. So that you'll be seeing that next Wednesday. Yeah, just wanted to quickly come in and say that even though it's still raining a little bit, I'm gonna start hoovering it out inside. At least that way I can get the mats in, and then it'll just be, you know, if I'm cleaning the inside of the car, I'm doing that in the car, aren't I? Sort of. Then it'll just be the outside that needs doing. So let's get that done. We're virtually there now. So we're all hoovered inside. We're all cleaned inside. Got a new set of mats in there. It's still raining, so all nice and fresh and clean. I just got to put an air freshener in there. It's a shame that the steering wheel's a little bit damaged, but I am going to say to them that certainly if they mention it, that I am going. Oh, I know what I've got to do still. One of those bulbs on the heater panel was a bit dodgy. If you hit it, it comes back on. I'm going to change that. What was I going to say? Yeah, if you want to know how to do that, if you don't know how to do that and you want to know how to change those, again, click on the link above, and I will also put that video, I will link to that video at the end of this as well. So yeah, got to change that little bulb. I've put those screws in. What else was there? I'm sure there was something else. Nuts cleaned, screws in. I don't know, I can't think. Oh, clean the engine. I've got to clean the engine. I'm going to do that now, even though it's raining. I'm only going to go over it lightly because it's just stupid. Most people don't care anyway. Oh yeah, no, steering wheel. If it comes up about the steering wheel, I mean, they've already looked at the car anyway, but what I'll say to them is when I get a car with a good steering wheel, I'll swap it over. I'm happy to do that because I'm asking, I say a premium for this car. It's not a premium. It's a premium based on what I normally charge, but then it's an automatic, which is an undamaged car, so that's why I'm charging 5,500 rather than 4,500 or 4,000 or something, or less potentially. If it wasn't an auto, it wouldn't be anywhere near there. So yeah, let me just get this engine nice and clean. It is quite dirty. Let me show you. I know you've seen it before, but let me show you again. Yeah, as you can see, it is quite dirty. Oh, I've got to put a new one of those in. I did notice that when Glenn was looking at that the other day. I've got those. I've got some push pins, some new push pins. But as you can see, it's quite dirty under here. So I'm going to give it a good clean. all this, the airbox and that. I'm not going to go mad. Just tidy it up a little bit, just make it a little bit more presentable. Not that they're even going to look under the bonnet, but I like to have it clean on the inside, underneath, as well as everywhere else. So I'm not going to bother showing you it. I'm just going to do it. Just reminded me when I first got this, and I was looking at that. I was going, "Oh my god, the clutch thing's missing. The clutch master cylinder's missing." Silly ass. It's an automatic. It hasn't got one. Anyway. I've seemed to have had this car for quite some time. It's had a few niggles, hasn't it? Brought on by me. Well, the the hub business wasn't brought on by me. That was like that, of course, when I got the car. I did the advisories, which were those arms. I caused the problem myself with the suspension leg, or the top mount, when I did the hub, which I've never done before. I know next time. So it's cost me an extra £130, but you know, c'est la vie, these things happen. I know for next time, be a bit more gentle with it and hit it from the outside. Anyway, let's get this done, and then that'll be another step closer. Then that will, literally, apart from doing that bulb, that will be it, apart from its exterior wash, which won't take very long, especially if it don't stop raining. If it don't stop raining, which it's meant to this afternoon, we're meant to have blue sky this afternoon, but if we don't, then I'm going to clean it anyway. So, okay, as you can hear, when I put the microphone on, I completely forgot. Oh, sorry, when I put the camera on, I completely forgot to turn the microphone on. So, my last video has no sound. So, I'm having to do this voiceover now on the end of it. So, the car was gone. I was indoors working on something else, channel and Fiat 500 related, when I had a message again from the buyer's dad, and he was asking, he knew it was going to be finished today, so he was asking if he could come over today, and what time he could come over. I said, it's all done except I need to give it a wash, and he said, I don't care, we don't care about that, whether it's clean. Can I come over in half an hour? So I said, yeah, that's fine. Came over, did the paperwork, made the payment, etc., and now the car's gone. So I can't re-record this because the car's gone. So we will now be moving on to the next project, which of course you've already seen, which is Project Dicky. I had intended to get this video out today. Today is Wednesday, but you know, we haven't got a video again today, so unfortunately this one will be up Sunday, so you'll be seeing this on Sunday. So I've already given it the don't forget to subscribe to the channel, but yeah, it's finished. Project Tooo Minty has finished, and so we will see you next week on the next video. Until then, don't forget, and I'm about to say it now, let's wait, am I going to say it? Here we go. Until the next time, take care, stay safe. Well, I messed it up I think, but yeah, and we'll see you soon. See you on the next one.